So I just had a chance to play Cuphead this year, and I have seen it all. Cuphead is so awesome, so freaking sweet. Aesthetic, like I don't know how they did it, but as you can see from like the screens, the screenshots of small like promotional material that we've had, Cuphead looks so cool. It's like a 1950s cartoon that you get to play. The animation is so well done. The studio that, like, wow, I'm really impressed with how it looks visually. Cuphead is a really challenging game too. It's really hard. Like, it's a really hard game. So I got to play against two of the bosses in Cuphead. I got to play against the carrot dude and the two frogs. Was it someone else? No, I think those are pretty much the two bosses. I was able to beat the carrot guy, but when it came to the two frogs, I just got wrecked. I blame my partner because I was doing co-op, and the way boss health works in Cuphead is that it appears to scale. So if you have two players, and the bosses are going to have twice as much health. So if one of your friends has an unfortunate death, then you're pretty much assed out, and you have to have a huge, grueling marathon of just trying to take out these bosses and not messing up at all during the single boss pattern. From what I played, it feels great. Dashing feels a little awkward just because it is put on Y, and jumping is A, so I don't know, something just feels a little weird. It doesn't take too much time to get used to the control scheme, but I felt that dashing it just felt a little unnatural for me in particular. But when it comes to the weapons, you have two weapons you can switch for, which is like a single shot bullet, and you have a spreader. The spreader reminds me so much of Contra. This game feels like Contra, and like it feels like the best elements of Contra, and one thing I like is just how refined the actual control of the character itself feels. Like, you feel like your character stops on a dime, you feel totally in control, and when you die, it is really your own fault. There's been no moment during my experience playing Cuphead where I felt like the game was cheap. Some of the boss fights too, they have really easily readable patterns that they can deconstruct themselves and understand what the approach is to take out a boss. Not saying that the patterns are so telegraphed to where the fight just becomes easy, but it is easily readable enough so they're like, you know, like casual players won't have too much of a time getting wrecked. They're gonna die a lot, but they're gonna know what is coming up. And thanks to the animation, you just really see what's coming because they have so much fluidity within the character animation where you can already see what the boss is going to do based on their startup frames, and it was awesome. I really had a lot of fun. The only concern I have about Cuphead is I hope it's not a boss rush game. I know it's not coming out till 2016, so maybe this extra time will actually give us full fleshed out stages. From what I played though, I kind of have a strong feeling that it is going to be a boss rush game. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the world of Cuphead looks so good. I would love to actually be able to experience these environments in longer durations instead of just in a boss fight. Because when you have a boss fight, your focus is more on the boss itself and not really the environment around you. That's my only complaints about Cuphead. But besides that, it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it next year, and I just want to say thank you to the developers for bringing such a cool visual game to market. And thank you, Xbox Indies, for even, you know, investing time into this. But that's pretty much going to be it for me today when it comes to Cuphead, guys. I really hope that I can continue bringing more Cuphead related content to you, because believe me, when it comes out, I will be playing with Cuphead, and me and Mughead are gonna kick ass. Until next time, if you did enjoy the vid, you know what to do.